Okay, everybody, we're going to get started. So, super excited to have everybody on tonight just to be sharing their inspiring stories. And I really wanted to start us off by introducing Paula Holt. She's been a health coach for, I believe, about 5 years now. And she's helped a lot of people get a lot of people healthy and change some lives. And I'd love for her to start off by sharing her story. So, Paula, take it away.
Thanks, Tianna. We are excited. Helping people change lives is so much more fun than I ever dreamed. Who would have thought that 5 years ago I would be a health coach, or 6 years ago? I would have never dreamed it, but I've never had anything more fulfilling. And not only did it start in our own family, but now, as Tianna mentioned, just the ripple effect of how organically we each inspire others. So this is a picture of my family and my little sweet granddaughter Evelyn, and those of us on the call tonight, we just want to share our stories from our heart and hope that we will inspire some of you. Really, when you think about health, what is true health? Sometimes people only think about a healthy body and how lean you are and how fast you can run and what's your heart rate. But really, when we think of a healthy body or a healthy person, we think of it in three aspects. So take a look at this circle here and score yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being optimal, where you are in each of these categories. With a healthy body, how are you? Eating right and being at a healthy weight, sleeping well, and being very active, right? So a healthy mind, that doesn't mean like, crazy or something. It just means that you have time to de-stress and you have time for your family to relax and do things that bring joy and memories with the people you love. And then healthy finances. Are you safe? Are you secure in your finances? Sometimes we wonder, okay, how do they each affect the other? But if you think about it, they all are all part of us, right? So when our body's healthy, but we're stressed out because we're working long hours and and things aren't going very well at home, that's not health. Or if we have an unhealthy body, that's going to affect our finances because we're probably going to miss work. We're going to have more doctor visits, more medications, and frankly, if we're struggling with health issues, sometimes we aren't very creative and it can affect our jobs. So look at this and score yourself and think about true health being the whole instead of one area. So this is my picture. On the far left, honestly, I don't hardly even remember who that person is, but I will tell you, she was very stressed, exhausted all the time, feeling ugly, none of my clothes fit, just all of those things that you think, okay, at that point I was 47 years old and I felt like, wow, is this as good as it gets? I'm just tired all the time. I had always been active mom with my kids. I loved to snow ski with them and play in the water and all of that. And I found myself being that mom that I never wanted to be, the one that said, oh, you go ahead, I'll just watch. And when we found this program, my husband and I at the same time, I lost 30 pounds. And you can see it's substantial on my frame. I'm very, very petite. But more than anything, I just like got my life back. I had energy again and I was sleeping and I just had a smile in my heart, I guess, that affected all areas of my life and our relationships at home, even with my husband and with my children. Life was just better when you physically feel better. And it was nice to fit my clothes again and to realize, okay, just because I'm going through menopause or just because I'm getting, close to 50 does not mean that I have to follow, the patterns that I'm seeing all my friends share. And then you can see over on the far right, I love being wakeboarding, and my husband and I ran a mud run, and we just love being out and being active. And honestly, the person on the left wasn't doing any of that anymore. So I feel much healthier in my 50s than I ever did in my 30s and 40s. So I am so thankful to this program. Tianna, would you share us your story? Yours is a little different.
Yeah, I'd love to. So before I found the program, I was in my early 20s. I'm still in my 20s. So, but I really struggled with fatigue. So even though I was in like a healthy BMI, I didn't really love my body. I had I didn't ever have a flat stomach. It was always kind of poochy, and I even had, just was frustrated by that. And I exercised a lot, but could never lose what I thought I needed to lose. Like, okay, maybe 5 pounds. I would like how my body looked. Maybe I wouldn't feel so tired. And we are very health conscious. So we are eating really well, trying our very best. And my mom came to visit. Paula is my mom. She came to visit. She was like lapping me with energy. And I was like, wait a minute. I'm the healthy one of the family. My mom's the one that's tired and stressed. So I really wanted to, I'm like, okay, I want to know what you know. And like, I want to do what you do. Like, could this be work for me? Even though I figured since we're eating healthy and I exercise like probably 40 minutes to an hour each day, so I probably couldn't lose any weight, but I wanted to try and see if maybe it would help with my energy. And she was having a lot of fun. So I did through the program, and I actually lost like 10 pounds, and then I've gone on to lose 17 total. I've had a baby, as you can see, and so, pregnancy and then losing that baby weight. So I'm down 17 pounds from my original number, and I feel great. I'm still in that healthy BMI, but it's a very different kind because I understand what foods make my tummy bloat, and what, if I eat these things, that's when I find the exhaustion again, and I need, like, okay, I don't need a daily nap if I'm fueling my body well. And I think the other thing that's really cool is just the healthy mind aspect. Like for me, physiologically, if I eat a lot of white flour and sugar, it's not just guilt in my brain, but I really do struggle with depression. That comes with that. It's a very triggered that way. So it's really been a neat journey of learning who I am and being able to help others. Like, even though I haven't lost a huge amount of weight, being able to help other people. So it's been a wonderful joy. And I will pop it right back to you, Paula.
Thanks, Tianna. So I just want to share tonight, we want to share with you of hope, and don't give up on your dreams. Many times people have had ideas of what life would look like. And then when you start to feel not good, and you have no energy, and physically and mentally you're not feeling well, that can actually cause you to not dream again. And we want to say, be open-minded when you hear the stories tonight, and think about what's possible for you. So really, with Take Shape for Life, we have a health program that is actually a lifestyle program that actually just includes a health loss or a weight component. If you can see on this chart here, reaching a healthy weight is step 2 in our program. And if you think of a typical weight loss program, which we're so much more than that, step 2 is the end of the program. That's when we really begin to thrive, because we are looking at the whole person, and we are creating a lifestyle that, will sustain, not just a quick weight loss. We want to get optimally healthy. We want to learn habits of health, and we want it to be continuous change. So think about it for a minute. Why do you want to get healthy? Why does it really matter? Is it that you don't want to have diabetes? You don't want to be exhausted? Sometimes that's all we can think about. I don't want to have this 50 pounds, but think about what I do want. Why do I want to get healthy? Is it that you could have the energy to be more active with your family? Is it that you could actually go on rides, or go golfing, or maybe even just volunteer a little more? Maybe you want to just be strong for your grandchildren, and maybe be on the floor and play with your grandchildren, or tie your shoes. It's different for everyone. And what would that look like for you? Can you imagine that if I could wave a wand and you're at that place that you probably don't even know if it's possible anymore? What would life look like for you? Is it possible that you could wake up in the morning and feel great? And can you imagine waking up with energy, going to your closet, getting your clothes on, and everything fits, having energy to go down and, have a sustainable life? Because when we are doing active, we're really creating memories with those that we love. And when you think about it, that's the important things in life. And that's also the first things that get taken away when we don't feel very good anymore because we're too tired to make the effort. I'd like to have Katherine come on and tell her story. Katherine, you can see, has this beautiful little baby girl in the corner. Katherine, would you want to?
Yeah. Hi, Paula. Thanks for having us. So my story, I always say my story, it really started pretty much my entire life. My entire life I've been overweight. I've been kind of a bigger person, not like crazy big, but just that overweight in that overweight category. And I never thought it would be possible, and after we had Ellie, I was kind of sitting there looking at my Facebook, seeing all of Tianna's posts. I was like, I wonder if I could do that. Like, I don't know. I don't think I can do that. And so I just messaged Tianna. I was like, hey, let's talk. Let's figure this out. Because I really want to feel better. Because I was getting headaches. I was going into this postpartum depression. And I was just kind of just done and over it. So we got with Tianna, and here we are for 7 months later, and I've lost, I ended my weight loss in November, but I lost 20 pounds in like a couple months, and it was one of the best things ever. Like I was the same weight I was when I was in college, when I was running and working out like crazy. So now I feel better. I don't have that depression. I'm not tired. I can run around with Ellie, and we're walking around and having fun, and I throw her up in the air, and I don't get tired, and it's really cool. And the cool thing now is that looking to the future is that I'm still losing weight. I went back on plan, and I weigh in tomorrow, so we'll see how much I've lost in a week, but I'm pretty excited about it. That's the other thing, is you're excited about stepping on a scale, which is pretty weird. So I'm not done with my journey. I don't think we're ever done with our journeys. We just keep going, and we strive for that optimal health. And I know with this program that I can get there.
Katherine, thank you so much. I mean, that is a beautiful story. And sometimes people think 20 pounds doesn't make a difference, but from your standpoint, it's your whole life, isn't it? I mean, it sounds crazy, but if we can get our life in balance and the energy that comes with even only 20 pounds, which it sounds like a lot, it sounds like not very much to someone who has a lot, but it's a very lot for a small frame. And we have, moving over just to the other side of the chair, Kenton.
Hello. So, as KK said, we both started this journey together, kind of in the same boat. Pretty much through high school and that, I was always a bigger person, and just kind of, but I didn't see myself as that big. And then in college, I started working out, and I did my own version of a weight, or of a health journey, I guess, which was basically just running and then reducing just the quantity of food, but not changing anything about the food I was eating. It was still very much unhealthy choices. But I got down, I lost 80 pounds during that, and I got a taste of what it was like to be lighter, and the energy boost associated with that. And then graduated and got a job where I sit at a desk all day, and sedentary life creeped in very quickly. And so I got to the point where now I'm 26 and supposed to be the prime of my life. And I'm like, well, if this is what it is, then darn, that's not good. And then we saw, like KK said, we saw the posts, the before and after photos. That's what I saw. And that's where we jumped in and said, hey, what's going on with this? And now I'm down 87 pounds actually as of my weigh-in on Tuesday, which is, I now weigh less than the weight in college when I lost it. So I'm the smallest and lightest I've ever been in my adult life. And the energy associated with that is, it's incredible. I was having a problem with snoring, and now I don't snore. I was keeping her up. It was bad. It was not good. That was a reality check for me. Hold on, I gotta check my list. My sleep is better. Another one, my activity level is up, and that's one of the things I'm working on for the future now that I've reached transition. But the activity level, walking around the office, taking more opportunities to just walk more, parking further out at the grocery store, it's becoming more automatic. And it's really cool that those habits, it's just like the program is designed. The habits are taking over, these new healthy habits. And a dramatic increase in confidence. That's a big one that I've actually noticed within the last probably 2 weeks, where I actually was going into transition of, I can do this, I did this, anyone can do this. And I'm super pumped that I can share that. And we did it for our daughter too. And she's going to grow up in this environment. So it's phenomenal, and we're trying to spread the word. Thank you so much for posting the before and after pictures so that we can see it and get us going on this.
And that's so cool. You know, I love the fact that you brought up that you had previously lost 80 pounds and gained it back. And that's a really common thing in our society, right? Because diets don't work. If we're just losing weight and it's just a diet, if nothing else changes, we're back where we started in a very short time. And then about 20% more is the average. So that's awesome. And I love that, again, you were talking about the habits of health, which is a really key part of the program to make this a sustainable change and not just a weight loss. And hey, it improves your marriage, right? No more snoring. Everyone sleeps better, and your wife's happy in the morning. Love it.
Everyone sleeps better when the baby sleeps.
Yes. I'd like to bring on Heather. And Heather, share with us your change. Your transformation is pretty amazing. And would you just kind of tell us your journey?
Yeah, thanks. Mine actually started when I was in high school. I actually struggled with weight in high school, and by my early 20s, I got up to about 230 pounds. I was actually too ashamed to weigh myself, so I don't actually know how high that number got, but I just one day woke up and I decided that I was going to make a big change, and I started cooking my own meals. I cut out alcohol and fast food and sweets, and I started taking vitamins to boost my metabolism, and I lost 50 pounds in 4 months. And then I just hit this wall at 180. It was like bungee jumping, and you just get so close, and then it snapped me back, and realized that I went back up to 215. And so I started really hitting it hard again in the same diet routine. And I started working out 2 to 3 times a week for about 2-hour sessions or more. And I was just exhausted. I felt like I was killing my body, and I was working so hard and not seeing anything past 183. And I just remember feeling so frustrated and like, why does everybody else have this key to success? Why do I not have this? You know, I want it so bad. And my fiance actually, back when I met him, told me about Take Shape for Life and that he had lost 30 pounds on program. And so when he started to do program for the second time, I really just wanted to be a support for him and wanted to encourage him. And I realized I didn't really know enough to be able to do that. And I decided that, you know, I still really want this for myself, and what do I have to lose? So I joined program with him. I lost 15 pounds in my first 5 weeks. And I closed my eyes during the 180s so that I could pass by them without getting too freaked out about the number. And I did still notice that I started to kind of slow down a little bit. And I was actually diagnosed with PTSD when I was 18. And so for me, I just really had to take a hard look at the habits of health. I had to work with my coach, and I had to really dive into learning how to find value in the things that were important to me, and to find things that were going to be healthy alternatives to getting that same comfort that I was always getting from food. And so now that I have been on program for a little while, I am down, I'm about 4 pounds from my initial goal of 160, which is really scary. I've never even been close to 160. It's always been a pipe dream to me. So I'm really excited about that. I'm just excited to see my dream finally be a reality for me. It's something that I wake up every morning and it's tangible. I have energy. I have knowledge to pass down to my future kids. And I just feel really honored that I get to share this journey with my clients and to help guide them toward the same victory that I had.
Wow, Heather, that's so cool. Woohoo. I mean, that's a number that you had not been for, you said high school, right? Early high school?
When I was in high school, actually, the furthest down I got was 175. So I'm even less than, I've never been less than that.
Okay.
I didn't actually think it was possible.
Okay. And you have a special day coming up in about 2 months from now.
Yes. My wedding is coming up. I am pausing program at 160 so that my tailor doesn't kill me. But, I do still want to get back on and just, I'm excited to not have any restrictions in life and just be able to go where I want to go because I have the energy, and do what I want to do because, I don't have that extra weight on me. And it's great. I'm excited for the future.
I love it. Thank you so much, Heather. Our next guest we have coming on is Casey. Casey is a mother of these 2 beautiful girls in the corner. And Casey, would you come on and just kind of share with us what your journey has been, and maybe even what brought you to Take Shape for Life, how you were feeling?
Okay, so this is the first time I've done this, so I want to make sure you guys can hear me first off.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. So I guess kind of on the backside of my journey, it started a long time ago. I grew up super active. I was a gymnast. I was a cheerleader. I mean, I was moving constantly. And then life has kind of lessened that activity level. I got hurt and I wasn't able to do gymnastics anymore. I stopped working at Starbucks where I was on my feet all day, and I sat my behind at a desk. And over time I went from, I don't need to worry about what I eat, I don't need to worry about what I wear, to I hit this point in kind of my late 20s where I am now, where I was at 218 pounds. I was heavier than I had ever been. I was on six different asthma medications. I was on antidepressants. I felt like that old lady in the movies who has like the rotating like lazy Susan of pills next to her bed. And I was thinking, I am way too young for this. Like, I'm not even 30. This is ridiculous. And I have 2 young kids. They're both super high energy. Chasing them down was just not happening. It just wasn't. And I actually went to high school with Tianna. And so she was on my Facebook page. And for the longest time, it was kind of just one of those, oh, I went to high school with her. I hadn't really talked to her in years. And she started posting these pictures of this Take Shape for Life, and I would look at them and I'd be like, yeah, but that's going to be insane expensive. I can't do that. I'll try to do it on my own. It didn't work. The weight just kept going up, and like I said, sitting at a desk wasn't helping me. So I started program mid-January of this year, so my journey's pretty short so far. And when I started, I had just gotten out of the hospital for the 2nd time for pneumonia. Thank you, asthma. And I had decided that I was done with this. Like, I wanted to get healthy. I wanted to be able to pick clothes that I liked. I wanted to be able to chase my kids. I used to be really outdoorsy. I wanted to do that again. So I started. And like I said, I'm about 2.5 months in at this point, and I am down 36 pounds so far, which has, in my case, been like two pant sizes. I stopped buying more than one pair of pants because it's kind of a financial hit there every month. But yeah, like I said, I'm down 36 pounds, but beyond that, I'm able to go out on anywhere from 5 to 10 mile hikes with my kids on my days off. One of them being on my back, so I'm hauling like 30 pounds up mountains. And I am currently, and I say this kind of off, I currently only have one asthma medication that I am using. And in that case, it's my fast acting, which I don't think I've actually touched in about a month. So I'm off all my long acting medications, and I'm off my antidepressants, and I have this one fast acting inhaler that's in my purse that I don't really use, but I'm scared to get rid of. But I mean, that's kind of my journey. Like I said, the weight has been great, and that's what I went into it looking for, was the weight. But at the same time, I mean, the benefits of not being on all those meds, having more energy to chase my kids, being able to get out and do what I actually want to do, has been huge. And that's been the biggest benefit so far. I still have a long ways before my goal weight, but the fact that I'm anywhere near it at this point is huge and way closer than I ever thought I could be. So
wow.
Kind of where I am.
Casey, thank you so much. Your progress in this picture that is in the 4 is beautiful. It's hard to believe that was just 2.5 months ago. But I mean, that's a good example of 36 pounds. You can tell, I mean, is a big difference just how healthy you're getting. And I love the fact that you mentioned that the most expensive part of the program is buying new clothes, right? Because you're melting out of them faster than you can get them. We do have to put that disclaimer on. The program itself is not very expensive, but the food the clothes maybe. So when we think of optimal health and what it takes to sustain it, I like to think of it as a 3-legged stool. Yes, we want a healthy nutrition plan because that's going to get us to our healthy weight. But we also need the accountability and having someone walk alongside of us, the encouragement as our health coach, and then also our healthy mind. So we work on all 3 of those, and we do that with education material to help us understand what got us here in the first place and the changes that need to happen. So the first component of our program is support. It's a health coach that is there walking alongside you. They've been in the shoes that you're in. They've felt the way you feel, or at least very similar, and they've probably helped tens, if not 100 people before you. So they understand just the nuances of changing. And we also have doctors and nurses calls that are totally available. We have a once a week webinar for our client support and private Facebook groups. It's just a really neat network of support. And what we find is that's when people are successful, because they feel safe. People can't do it on their own very often, or they would have. So the help of a health coach and having that personal person to share with has been really powerful. And the second part of our program is the education part. And that is the key to the program. It is the Habits of Health book and workbook, which was written by Dr. Anderson in 2001. He left critical care to actually create a program for health and to teach it to people who didn't know how to do it anymore. Our society is rampant with very unhealthy foods and very poor choices, and frankly, people don't know what to do. So the Habits of Health is our key part of not only helping us get our body healthy, but a healthy mind and relaxation, and 3 chapters on inflammation and how to actually choose the better foods at the grocery store again, and how to dream again. So it covers all aspects. And then we work through the companion guide, just a page at a time, and it's helping us not only hear it, but actually implement it into our own life. And then the third part of our program is a really simple fuel plan. Most people who come on as a weight loss program would do our 5-in-1, which means they're going to eat 6 times a day, right? Or the 3-in-3 if they're already at a healthy weight and maybe they just need to balance out their nutrition. They're tired, what have you. Again, 6 times a day. So that's the key. We're going to eat about every 2 to 3 hours, a balance of protein and carbohydrates and calories. And by doing so, our body goes into an optimal place and we actually start to lose weight. So we have over 70 choices and the food tastes great. More than anything, you're going to love the effects on the scale. So really what a 5-in-1 looks like is you have 5 meal replacements, or think of them as grab-and-go meals, right? If it's a lot of pressure and you were having to do a lot of prepping, how many people would do it? Not too many. You might do it for a week or 2 weeks and then back to old patterns. So 1 meal a day is your lean and green, and think of that as your practice meal. That's when you're going to learn portion control, you're going to cook a nice protein and some vegetables, and usually enjoy it with your family. Or you might be out at a restaurant. You can have it any time of the day. Most people probably choose it in the evening. And the whole program costs less than $12 a day, or an average of $12 a day. Many people are spending that just on their lunch when they go out for work. Not to mention the drive-through, the coffee on the way, the big frappuccino, and then the donut and coffee in the afternoon to try to get them through the afternoon. So it's kind of a series. You can tell we've all been there. So just ask yourself these questions. Can I eat every 3 hours? Can I drink a lot of water? Would I like the support of someone who's gone before me? And really, it comes down to, do I want to get healthy? And if you can answer yes to those, you're ready to get started. And so going back to what Take Shape for Life is, it's a complete circle. Physical health, financial health, mental health. They all go together, and we actually help you work on each of these areas. Who's counting on you to be your healthiest? I love this picture from Dr. Anderson with his father walking on the beach with his children. And again, we talked about, you heard the stories. Most people mentioned energy, and they felt like they wanted to be active again because they weren't so exhausted. So this father is creating memories with his children, and that is so much different than the father who's coming home and exhausted and he sits on the couch and turns on the TV, and the children are also playing on their computers. Health is really contagious. You know, many of the stories here on tonight, you saw the children, and we actually do pass down our unhealthy or healthy habits. And it can also work in reverse. We find that many people, when they start to get healthy, their dad says, hey, I'll do what you're doing. Or they may start to make lifestyle changes that even will help their children, as you see in the bottom corner. Or even just a group of friends that says, you know what, we're doing life together, let's get healthy together. And so it's just about creating an inspiration around you. So really, are you ready to get healthy? Imagine, you saw the before and after photos. Just imagine if this was your before and after photo, because you can have your before on the left, and we know what's going to happen on the right side. You know, you may not even believe the plan will work for you, but I've been doing this for over 5 years, it works for everyone. Everyone who follows through the program, you're going to see the success. Oh, and one more thing. You are going to be losing weight quickly, and people are going to be asking questions. You can do a couple of things. You can refer to your health coach, and they would love to take care of your friend or family. They would be very honored. Or you can choose to pay it forward. Some people pay it forward for a couple reasons. Number one, your friends and family usually trust you. And if you say you're going to walk beside them, they'll help. They'll go ahead and say yes. Or sometimes for accountability reasons. It's your choice. There's no pressure either way. But where do you want to go from here? You've saw what's possible. And where do you want your next step to be? If you have questions or you're ready to get started, reach out to the person who invited you or sent you this video. We would love to walk beside you to see what's possible. I love this quote to close in. Henry James says, "It's time to start living the life you've imagined." Thank you so much tonight. Have a great day.